Yeah, that's the danger here, of course, and that would completely negate the ability of you and me to have our votes exercised in the franchise, which is guaranteed in 3 different places in the Constitution, and would completely obfuscate the need for the Electoral College and for elections, period. If the majority party in the House, when in opposition to the party of whoever is in the presidency, then they could simply impeach based on just being the opposition. That undermines the separation of powers and the mere fact of why we have co-equal branches of government to begin with. And so looking at the evidence here, there is absolutely no legal or constitutional basis for the Democrats to be voting on these articles of impeachment. Abuse of power is not actually mentioned at all in the phrase of high crimes or misdemeanors. This type of abuse of power is simply a policy disagreement, and they're trying to allege that it rises to the level of abuse of power. This is President Trump exercising his legitimate power vested as the President of the United States. An obstruction of Congress, there is no way in any situation that anyone being investigated for any type of offense ever has to comply with the people investigating him, otherwise be charged with a separate offense. I mean, that's the hallmark of our justice system, is that you can go to the judicial branch and say, hold on, I think the investigators are overstepping their authority. And so for the Democrats to only have these 2 articles after they floated impeachment or bribery, extortion, all of these other, really nefarious sounding criminal charges, and they only come up with these 2 vague and specious arguments, it's absolutely absurd, and it just shows that the only merit of their argument is that they hate Donald Trump, and I'm sorry, that is not a constitutional reason to oust a sitting president.
No, talk about undermining voters. Talk about undermining people's ability to take part in their own self-governance. This is a common complaint from the Democrats. They talk about voter ID, taking away people's right to vote. They talk about the Electoral College diluting one person, one vote. And yet, this is what they want to do because these people in the swamp, these Democrats in the swamp, don't like President Trump. They want to undermine the duly elected president, the voters' choice for president, just because they have policy disagreements when there is no evidence, no proof of high crimes and misdemeanors, and no allegation that an actual crime has been committed. It's guilty until proven innocent is a terrifying proposition to face in our country, and that is exactly what the Democrats are trying to flip our justice system to reflect their own political agenda.